If you're using one of our GitHub-hosted curriculum sets, you might find accessing those resources to be a bit tricky in the beginning. This guide will show you what you need to know to be successful. The first thing you need to do is locate the curriculum you want to use. The files that you need are linked from the landing page of each set, and each set is linked from the Arcade homepage. The AP Computer Science Principles curriculum utilizes a protected OneDrive folder as its repository. So, once you're approved as a GitHub educator, you can browse and copy files in more or less the same way you would from local storage. If you want to make changes to any of these files, you'll need to download the contents of the folder and make those changes locally. Once you do this, you should make sure to revisit the OneDrive SharePoint periodically to check for changes or updates. As of now, the Intro to Computer Science with MakeCode Arcade course utilizes a GitHub repo for its content. Once you're approved as a GitHub educator, you can join the repo by visiting aka.ms/tealsintrocs. While it's not possible to open many of these files directly from GitHub, it is fairly simple to either download a copy of the files to your own machine or create a branch of the repo that keeps you connected in the case of changes or updates. When using the Intro to CS with Arcade curriculum on GitHub, a novice user will most likely want to download the entire course onto their own machine so that they can easily access it whenever they like without needing to be connected to the internet. The simplest way to make that happen is to navigate to the repo and click the green Code button above the file navigation pane on the right side. This will open a dialog window that allows you to download the entire package as a zip folder. Once on your computer, you can expand that zip file, and you'll have the complete curriculum on your machine, ready to edit however you see fit. Note, make sure to re-download the zipped file from the repo from time to time to make sure you have the most up-to-date version of our curriculum. If you have a little more experience with GitHub, or you're itching to learn, then it might benefit you to create your own branch of the curriculum. This will allow you to keep your curriculum up to date more easily, even if you've made changes on your side. To do this, we recommend using Visual Studio Code, which is free and has a wealth of online resources for a beginner who might be looking for advice. Simply download the program and install these GitHub plugins. Now, you're ready to log into GitHub and create a branch. On the bottom right of the VS Code window, you should see a profile icon and a settings gear. Click the profile icon to open the menu that will allow you to sign in to GitHub with your educator account. Pulling files from a branch is easy once you have VS Code set up. Just visit the curriculum repo and click the same green Code button that we talked about earlier. This time, instead of downloading the zipped file, you'll click the button next to the URL to copy the address of the repo you want to clone. There are multiple ways to initiate the branch from VS Code. You could click Clone Git Repository in the main window, click the Clone Repository button in the sidebar, or open your command palette and type git:"clone" into the text box. In all cases, you should then get a text box at the top of the window where you can paste the URL from the repository that you copied in an earlier step. VS Code will ask you where you want to copy your files. Choose a location on your computer. Local drives work best. Remember the folder you choose because that's where you'll be accessing the curriculum from as you move forward. Your cloned files should now be in the folder you selected. You can now use these files in the same way you would have if you had downloaded and unzipped them directly. The main difference with this method is that you're set up to pull from that repository again at any time to receive the latest updates. Word of caution: don't attempt to push or commit any changes back to the repo. While your permissions likely won't allow commits back into the master branch, there is a possibility that it will interfere with your ability to easily pull again in the future. And that's it. That's all you need to know to use any of the protected curriculum from Microsoft MakeCode Arcade. Until next time, happy coding.